Assalamu alaikum dear students. My name is Muhammad Asif and in this video lecture series we are learning visual programming. Students, this is week number 5 and lecture number 7. In our previous lecture we have learned about the arrays, that how it will be implemented, the one-dimensional array and multi-dimensional array within the C#. We have also solved a few examples in our lab class. Today, inshallah, we will learn about the classes in C#. First, what is class, and then what is the syntax of the class. Next, how to create the object within the C#.NET framework. Then how to create the multiple objects. What are the access specifiers and how to access and how to call these class members, that is data members and member functions. So let's start our today's topic. First, what is class in C#? It means that we are properly started the object oriented programming within the C#. As we already knew that C# is an object oriented programming language, and everything in C# is associated with the classes and object along with attributes and methods. Means we have two members within the class, that is data members and member function. So we can also call it attributes and methods. To create a class, we always use the keyword class keyword. So this is an example that let's say we have a class keyword. Whenever we start the object-oriented programming, we will be starting from the keyword class, and our class name is car. This is the body of the class. As you can see over here, we have a data members, which is a string data type, and a name of the variable, and you can say it, and initialized with the red value. And within the class body we have a member function, that is main function. So main function is available within the class body. As you if you remember, when I was discussing the structure of C# and compare with the structure of C++, I have told you that there is only a simple difference within the structure of C++ and the C#, that is the main function is available within the class body. So as you can see, we have the main function, that is static, and we will be creating our objects within the main class, as we already did within the C++ as well, or other languages as well. So we have a data member and few member function, that is main function. Next time we will be creating our user defined member function. So overall, this is the class body, class keyword. Within the class body we have a main function as well. So next, how to create the object. So an object is created from a class. We have already created a class named car, so now we can now use this to create the objects. To create an object of the car, specify the class name followed by the object name, and use the keyword new for the reservation of the memory location. So as we already previously create a class, that is name, that is car, we have already define a variable, that is data member, having a string data type and initialized with a red value, and we have a main method within this class body. Now here we are creating the object of the class. Here the name of the class, then object name, then the assignment operator, and new keyword. New keyword is used to allocate the memory location for this object, and at the end we have a name of the class and the parenthesis. So there are two portions within the object. First is called the type of the object, and second is called the reference of the object. And how to call this color data member? So object name dot is for the concatenation, and color is the name of the data member. So when we call this a data member, we will be just printing with the help of a WriteLine function. So this is how we will be creating the object. How to create the multiple object within a class, which is very simple. If you can see again the same example, we have a data member and we have just created the object number 1 and same method but having different object name. Object number 2, class name, object name, assignment operator, new operator, and the class reference. So this side is called the object type and this side is called a reference object. Now we can call both of these data member, but remember this object, stores the values separately and this object store the value separately. Object number 1 doesn't know what is within the object number 2. Object 2 doesn't know what is stored within the object number 1. Class members, you can say we have two data members. We have two members, that is data member and a member function, as already discussed. So within the class we can call it as a field, or you can say it an attribute, and the methods. So string color and integer maximum speed, these two are the data members which is initialized within the source code. And second, now you can see the data member, the member function, which is defined within the class body and having public specifier, return type, and name of the method. And within the method we have just printed a simple message. So this is the member function and these two are the data members. Sometimes we call it field and methods, and we can also call it these data member as a attributes. Now let's see how to call these members. I have already discussed in the previous slides that whenever we call, we will be calling with the help of object or my object dot color. So object dot color dot is for the concatenation, we just called a data member, and object dot maximum speed, so we call the second data member. If you can call the function, we will also be use the data, the object dot function name. What about the access specifier? So we have 4 access specifier, that is public, private, protected, and internal. Public is used for to access all the classes, mean it should be used outside of the class as well. Private mean can only be accessible within the class. Protected mean it will be accessible only within the class and the inherited classes. What about the internal? Internal will be used only within its own assembly, not for the other assembly. Mean it will be accessible within the same project, not within the other projects. So this is all about theoretical portion of the class, objects, and how to create the data members and member functions. If you have any question regarding this topic, you may ask me on my official email address, that is asif.northern.edu.pk. Thank you. Allah.